Alrighty, welcome to a tutorial in which I will show you how you can actually change the part of the URL for like localhost and then whatever the path is to your project. Sorry for mistyping here, but it doesn't matter really. So this would be a general way of you accessing the website you are working on and developing if you're using something like XAMPP, right? So what happens if you would like instead to have something like www.yourdomain.com and when this is accessed, then your browser should redirect to your projects directory and return to you everything that you have been working on previously, instead of just accessing it via a local host. So this will be a quick tutorial, and let's just hop into it. Now let's say I'm in a folder here, and let's say that is your web project, and this folder is, if you can see here, just in the root of my XAMPP htdocs folder. So basically just a folder with your for example project files. And if we open that folder, we have one file index which I have opened right here, which just echoes out welcome to testingdomain.com, which will be the domain name that we will use instead of localhost for this tutorial. Okay, so if you are following through with me, just create a sample folder with some index.php file in it, and put any code that you wish inside of that file. Now the second thing that you will need to do is you will need to go to the this path right here, if you can see it. So it's C, or your system drive, then Windows System 32 drivers and etc folder, and inside of that folder you will find hosts, which is a file that handles all IP redirects and stuff like that for your local machine. So I have that file already also opened here, and you can see that I have another I have more IP addresses here that are mapped to the IP address of 127.0.0.1, which you already probably know that maps to localhost basically. So you can see here 127.0.0.1 will be equal to localhost. Now if you want to map some kind of a domain to the some kind of IP address, which in this case is localhost, you will just need to add a couple of lines of code to this file and then save the file. So for example, for this tutorial I have added these two lines. So we have mapped testingdomain.com and www.testingdomain.com to the basically localhost domain, or 127.0.0.1. Don't mind the other ones. This one here, these two lines are important for the tutorial. So if you don't have these already in your host file, just type in this part of the code here and then save the file. Now it might happen that it won't let you just overwrite when you click save this file. Then if that is the case, just copy that file, paste it on your desktop or whichever location you would like, then edit the file, save it, and then paste it back to this folder, overwriting the old one. So basically just overwrite this host file if it doesn't want to save it. Now make sure that this information is updated in your host file before moving on. The second thing that you need to do after doing this is to go, sorry, I have a folder already opened, to this folder path here, which is basically your XAMPP installation, and then the Apache folder. So let me just go back a couple of steps. There we have it. I'm currently in a XAMPP installation folder, and then click on Apache, and then click on conf folder, which is basically its configuration, and then click on extra folder, and find the file that says httpd vhosts.conf and open that file in the text editor. Now I already have this file open, and what you need to do in this file is scroll down to the very bottom, and for the sakes of this tutorial you will need to add these lines right here. So basically we're just opening a tag virtual host and adding a couple of properties to it, which will be this server name, server alias, any document root to your basically project files, to your project folder which has all your project files. That would be, for example, a public folder when you're basically uploading your files to some live web server. So in this case it should map exactly the same as you have defined right here in the host file. So basically testingdomain.com and www.testingdomain.com, like we have seen in the first two lines here, and the document root in my case will be path to my examp htdocs folder, and then the folder name of testing, which I have showed you in the beginning, which has this one index.php file in it, and you can see the folder path right here. So when you do this, you just need to save this file as well. And the last step is, if you already have XAMPP started and Apache, you need to stop it and then restart it in order for XAMPP to make these changes work immediately. So if you go to www.testingdomain.com now, or testingdomain.com without the www part, you will see that you will get exactly the same as going with localhost and then / your folder name, which would be testing, and then the index.php. And if we hit enter here, we will get right here, welcome to testingdomain.com, which you can see in this index.php file is exactly what we are echoing out. And this is how you can actually change localhost and map it to any sort of domain name that you would wish to use for developing your project. So it looks nicer, and in some certain cases it is really useful to use. So I hope that you like this tutorial and that you will subscribe, like, or whatever you would like to do, and see you in my next tutorials. Take care.